Hi friends, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley if this is your first time here. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. Today we are getting into my very first TBR, coming back to the channel, my August TBR. And now listen, the reading year has not been doing what it needs to do. At the time of filming this video, I've only completed 17 books. I am currently in the middle of three, one being a reread that I'm thinking about just putting back on the shelves, another being a book that I'm not going to talk about on here because recently the author has made very questionable decisions. And then the third one is a mafia romance that I'm having the absolute time of my life with and hoping to finish before August. Fingers crossed, but I'm reading it on my Kindle. And the goal of this TBR is to pick books off of my shelves. Well, to pick books off of my handy dandy TBR cart so that I can start working on the books that I currently own. And yeah, without further ado, let's just hop right into the picking of things. So what I have decided to help me pick my TBR is to use a random number generator. So every book that is listed on my TBR cart right now are ones that are like high priority reads for me. And yeah, I can't make myself choose. I am literally the worst at it. So I have my random number generator pulled up. There are 51 books listed on my TBR cart. So I'm gonna have the random number generator pull 4 books for me. And then I'm going to bring back my handy dandy TBR jar. This is just full of prompts just to kind of like, you know, mix things up. I'm going to pull 2 from here to give myself some variety. Am I going to read 6 books in the month of August? I highly doubt it. Am I going to give it a good old college try? You know I will. So let's just hop right into the picks. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is do the picking of the numbers first, and then you can see me do the counting and pulling of the books. So let's do 4 number picks. So we're going to press generate and see what number it gives. I think that says 51. 51 exactly. Okay, I got a pen and paper so that I can write down all the picks. So we got 51. Let's go again. Generate. What is that? 19. Okay. Generate. Focus. 8. Okay. And for the last one, what does it say? 16. Okay, that was perfect timing. My battery died literally after I did the last pull. So I've done the last pull on the number generator. So let's do 2 pulls from my TBR jar and see what it gives me. This thing is like packed to the brim. I made this a year ago, so we will see what I get. I'm trying to get like down deep in this whole situation, like at the bottom. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. The first one. Okay. A retelling, which is going to be very interesting because I half the time do not know which books are retellings of what, so we shall see. And then I'm gonna dig deep in here again, try to get a different color. Okay, I got orange this time. And let's see what orange provides me. A slow burn romance? Are you kidding me? Okay, we'll see. We'll see what we can do with this. Okay, we have the numbers generated from Google and then my 2 pulls from the TBR jar. Let's focus down on the cart and see what my TBR is going to be for the month of August. Okay, you're still not going to be able to see the bottom of this, but I think it's best that I just do the numbers first and then I'll pick the TBR jar picks based on what's left on the cart. So the first number is 51. I'm going to count and find the 51st book. Okay, so my 51st book listed on my TBR cart is Bombshell by Sarah MacLean. I do know that this is a historical romance. I've only read one of those previously, and this author, I follow her podcast called Fated Mates. And I have had the series for quite some time. I will say that I'm excited to read it because I do know that this author does write spicier books. So yeah. This is my first pick for the month of August, something totally out of my comfort zone. On to the next pick. Number 19. Number 19 is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I read Concrete Rose last July and I have been wanting to get into this. I, don't know what these picks are telling me. I was hoping for light and fun and fluffy, and that is not what I'm getting with this book, but it is what it is, and we're going to try to read it. I am excited because this gives me the push to actually read this book. And so yeah, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. The next pick is book number 8. Radiant Sin by Katie Robert. I am excited to get into this. I have loved every book in this series so far, so I know that I will probably love this one as well. I don't know who this one follows. Let's see. Cassandra Gatecki and Apollo. So Apollo is the god that is followed in this book, and I do know that this is book 4 in her Dark Olympus series, so I'm excited to continue and read more in a series that I've already started. Okay, and then the last pick from the Google number generator is 16. Okay, Daydream by Hannah Grace, which is book 3 in the Maple Hills series, hockey romance. Highly anticipated read for last year that I did not get to, but very happy to be continuing this series on and adding it to the pile. Okay, so next I'm going to do my TBR jar picks, and the first is a retelling, and actually I know the exact book that I can pick for this because I knew it was a retelling, and that is going to be Rebel by Alyssa Mia Smith. This is a book that I picked up at a Polycon 2 years ago, and I actually listened to the podcast that Alyssa hosts. It's a writing podcast, and so I have been very anxious to get into her work, and I do know that Rebel is a Moulin Rouge retelling, so maybe I'll read this and then watch Moulin Rouge again, and yeah, I'm excited to get into this. It is a fantasy book, I'm pretty sure, and I think it is a historical setting, but we shall see. Okay, I had to sit down because sitting how I was hurting my knees. The next pick is a slow burn from the TBR jar, and I don't know what is going to be considered a slow burn that I have listed here. Honestly, the first couple of things that like popped up in my head that could be a slow burn is The Bridge Kingdom, but also I thought maybe Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. I know it is a second chance romance, so I would be willing to guess that they're not smashing right off the bat. Let's see, what else could potentially be a slow burn? Maybe The Roommate by Rosie Danan. I feel like that would be a very... Actually, no, I have the perfect one. I am going to go with This Blood That Binds Us by S.L. Coakley. She has said numerous times that this entire series is a slow burn, so I think this will probably be the best choice for a slow burn pick, and I have been wanting to start this book for quite some time. I do already have book 2. Ooh, hold on. I just saw another book that I think would be slow burn. Okay, no, I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go with this one. This was the first pool that I picked. I'm going to let the other one sit for another pick elsewhere. But okay, yeah, this is my pick for the slow burn pool for my TBR jar. Okay, that was me picking my August TBR. I haven't decided yet how I'm gonna do my reading vlogs. I watched a couple of my older videos and I really liked the month-long vlog situation, but I also liked the 2-week vlog situation and being able to break it up. It does kind of help with editing and giving myself time to actually read and pace my way through the picks, but I don't know. We'll play it by ear and see how that goes. It's all also going to depend on my writing schedule for the month, but I'm confident. I'm very happy with the choices that I picked. Let me show them to you again, just to go over the pools again. I got Bombshell by Sarah McLean, Daydream by Hannah Grace, Radiant Sin by Katie Robert, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, The Blood That Binds Us by S.L. Coakley, and Revel by Alyssa Mia Smith. And I don't know how I'm going to choose which one I read first, but that is for you to find out when the vlog officially releases. If you read any of these books, make sure you let me know down in the comments. Also, leave me the bomb emoji for Bombshell by Sarah McLean. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you do so that you don't miss any uploads. And if you like the content that I provide on my channel, make sure that you share with all your bookish friends, family, and let's just build this positive bookish community. That is all for me today. I will see you all in the next one. Bye!